I mean, we go back and forth. You know, he has his moments. You know, when the offense does a little play, and then we have our moments when somebody on the back end or if I make a play, it goes back and forth. But it's all for the betterment of the team.
How often do you get to him?
I mean, I get to him pretty much. I get to him pretty often. I mean, I try to work, to get there to him. But he's his speed outside of the pocket, I have to open up out of my hips and stuff. But he has me open up my stride and everything. But that's good. And I like that competition in practice. It makes practice more interesting. Besides just going out there and going through the motions, we can actually have competition all the way around the field.
Tyler, growing up in Texas, what was your perception of UT? Were you a fan? Did you root against them? What was that like?
Growing up in Texas, I mean, I was a fan. I always, growing up as a kid, I always wanted to play in the burnt orange, but I mean, it didn't go that way, and I'm in a different color orange, and I'm glad to be here.
How do you think, I know when Devin was here, he kind of talked about how maybe if you all kind of want to prove, if it was people that Texas didn't recruit, like, we have this skill. Do you think that adds kind of like a chip on y'all's shoulder going into matchups against UT?
Oh, yeah, I think that definitely gives us a chip on our shoulder. I mean, I tell the guys, take this game personal. I mean, this is a personal game, especially if you're from Texas. I mean, because obviously, if you're from Texas, you go to Texas. But I take this game personal. Even every game is a personal game. Like every game that's coming up is a personal game. But I feel like this is more of a personal game for me.
What do you remember about your recruiting process to end up here? What stood out about it?
I mean, I don't really remember. But the coach is Joe Bob. I mean, I fell in love with Joe Bob. He's gave me tours and stuff around, talked to me, showed me the game plan, what's going to happen here, and I fell in love with the academic people over there at the AC Academic Center. So it was I felt like this was the perfect fit for me.
I think the story goes that Texas kind of made a late push in you, or at least inquired about you a little late. What do you kind of remember about?
Oh yeah, I remember. I was talking to the Texas coaches throughout my recruiting process, but they didn't really pull the trigger until like the last day before signing day. So that kind of got me a little upset. But hey, I'm here. I love it here. I'm glad to be here.
Was there much thought, or were you like?
Oh no, there was no thought. There was no thought at all. I mean, I was fully go all the way. So give me the papers. Let me sign them. It's done deal.
Tyler,
you guys top 15 in run defense in the country right now. What has made you guys so effective being able to stop the run so far?
Trusting the defense. I mean, trusting the guy beside you. I mean, I got Brendan Evers or Jaden Jernigan or Brock on the other side. I mean, just trusting them that they're going to do their job, and I hold my edge and hold my responsibilities and put trust in Coach Knowles' defense. I mean, I feel like Coach Knowles puts us in very good positions to be on the field, and it shows, pays off. I mean, you can see the stats.
You feel like this will be the biggest test, though, with the running back that Texas has?
Oh, yeah, I feel like this is going to be a big test for us, especially because of his explosion and all the jump cuts and stuff he does. So I feel like this is going to be a good game for us and, a good battle, especially up front for the D-line.
Tyler, what's the biggest challenge about playing 3 of the next 4 on the road?
It's a challenge, walking in enemy territory, but at the same time, you feel that you get that little, it's like a spark you get from walking into the another team's facilities and stuff and being the most hated. I mean, it really gives you that, let's go out there and let's shut this crowd up. And I feel like it really impacts the whole team and gets everybody going more.
Do you feel like that feeling is even bigger when you go into Austin compared to other Big 12 schools?
Oh, yeah, I feel like it is bigger because especially when we get to Austin, the first time I went down there, we got right off the bus and our whole fans and stuff was just sitting right there, and I was just like, what the heck? Like, that was my first, no, that wasn't my first road game. That was Oregon State. But, yeah, the Texas game, that was my first Big 12 road game, so it was just like a opening eye. But I like the atmosphere. I like that feeling of being the most hated. I love it.
He said at the start of the season that he sees NFL caliber in you, but he just needs to see you take that next step. Do you feel that you're taking that next step so far this year?
Yeah, I've been trying to take that next step. I've been telling myself, let's be disruptive more in the game. Let's try to impact every play of the game and try to get my teammates involved and be like a leader on the team and step up into that leader role. That's what I've really been trying to do, and to take the next step.
You mentioned Jaden earlier, and he's been graded really high by PFF, all the metrics, one of the better defensive tackles, I think, in the country. What have you seen from him and the way he's responded to coming back this year?
I feel like him coming back this year was a big impact for us. It gave us a extra weapon, especially with his very good pass rush. He has a good switch off the line, and he has good hip flips, and he could really rush the passer. And it really gives us an extra weapon coming off the bench or whatever when he starts or whatever happens when he comes into the game. It actually gives us a, I can trust him, especially when we have the when we come out with our like our third down long package. I feel like when we're in the game, we have a little momentum shift. We try to hype each other up to get the sack or like disrupt the play. So I like him being on the field with me at the same time.
Tyler, 11 a.m. kicks has kind of been a favorite for you guys. I asked Josh Fields the same question. What is it about these early kickoffs that are better than playing these night games?
I mean, just like what Josh said, I mean, you wake up in the morning and you're getting on the bus and getting ready to play a game besides sitting around in the hotel all day. But it doesn't matter what time for me. I mean, you can put the ball down at 12 a.m. I'm ready to go. It doesn't matter.
Why are you different?
Why am I different?
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm different. It's just I don't know what to say about that, but it's just I'm ready to go anytime. Whenever you say line up and play, I'm ready. I can be ready whenever you want me.
You're a guy who's not only out there making big plays yourself, but also seem to really, feed off your teammates. Like you mentioned, getting hyped up for your teammates. What's your favorite big play that somebody's made on the defense this season that you think you've been most excited about so far?
My favorite play will be the Brendan Evers when he had that PBU, and it was a big fourth down, a stop, and it was just like the crowd had just exploded, and everything was just it was just a moment to be in, and that's the moment I play for, and that's why I love being a college football player at the time. Yeah.
You were involved in that too, where you started by chasing the quarterback out of the pocket.
Yeah, I was excited for that play. I mean, Devin Harper came in and, tried to finish the job on the quarterback, but the quarterback got it off. And when I saw Bean, slap the ball down and the crowd just erupted, it was a spectacular moment for everybody.
Did you ever think you'd be seeing him playing DB like that?
I would never, in my life, I never seen that coming. But I'm glad he was running to the ball. That's what happens when you run to the ball, you make plays. So I'm glad we can all do that out there, and Coach Knowles instills that into us.
Hey, Tyler, what do you see from Israel Antoine? He's been kind of a guy that plugs the middle a little bit. But what does he do that helps this defense?
I mean, he's just a big body in the middle. I mean, he can hold his own, just like Josh said. He could really hold his own, especially on the double teams. And he's really a strong guy. I mean, he's really a strong guy. Me and him be competing in the weight room for who's the strongest on the team. But yeah, I mean, I feel like he's a good weapon for us, especially just plugging up the middle, and he can stop the run that way.
We've heard some weight room stories about Izzy. What you got any interesting ones or fun ones?
When Izzy first came in, he was doing pull-ups he did I don't know, almost 30 pull-ups at once, and I was just like, oh wow, he's really about it. So I mean, it's really good competition in the weight room. It gets us flowing, especially when we have our max days. We're going back and forth hey, I got this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. So it's a great experience. I mean, just having a teammate that can actually push you to the limits. Just like Brendan Evers being the same with us. We're all pushing each other to do heavy stuff and then, push our bodies to be the best we can be.
Who is stronger, you or Antoine?
I feel like I'm stronger in some areas. In some lifts, I'm stronger, but he got me in some lifts. So it's a great competition going back and forth. So I like it. I love it.
Which is more impressive with him, his weightlifting or his Barack Obama impersonation?
Oh, his Barack Obama impersonation. When I found that out, when I found out he could do that, I'd be like, Mr. President, Mr. President, every time he walked in the room. So I like it. But he's a good guy, well round, and I like that he's on the team. Yeah.
Do you have any impersonations?
No, I don't have any impersonations. So.